Love, light, and blessings. This is Shamanic Arak Priestess here, and I wanted to make a quick video about the new moon. I wanted to know also if anyone out there is like me, then maybe this video will resonate with you. I do very well on the full moon, to be honest, but for some reason, and this is before I started following the actual moon cycles and things like that. Um, I started to realize that the new moon I have a adverse reaction to the new moon. Literally, I have very anxious, nervous energy. I'm more prone because I am empathic. I am clairvoyant as well, but I'm also empathic. And so I'm usually very good at separating my feelings from other people's feelings and really protecting myself from that. But on a new moon, I have to be honest, not so much the case. I tend to like draw in other people's energies and not good. And, it just makes it really hard. Like I struggle with the energy of others on new moons. I tend to, for some reason, get into the worst arguments with people. And over the years, I've just like isolated. You will barely hear from me on the culmination of a new moon. And I always saw it as a negative thing. It wasn't until recently, and I'm going to say recently, because I wouldn't even do readings until recently on a new moon. Over the last year or so, I got into this book, Moonology. I should have brought it out here for the video, but anyways. Um, my library is where I keep my books. It's kind of being blocked by the tree because, the trees in the living room, and I have it's a 2-floor house, but it's small, that I rent. And so like the tree's kind of in the way and to do all that. But when I started reading the book Moonology, I found out a lot of great information about how to kind of make the moon work for us. Like not work for us, that's the wrong words, but how to use the energy of the moon to the best of its advantages so like it can help to manifest things. And so I started to see as time passed and things like that, and I started getting other resources and things, I started to see the new moon as more of getting rid of, if expunging, exercising, like exorcism, if you will, or the getting rid of unwanted things. So the new moon for manifesting, the full moon for manifesting, and the new moon for removing blockages. So what has resonated for me, because I do rituals, not just the day of the full moon, but like it can be a week or weeks, depending on what I'm trying to do and what my spirits lead me to like feel drawn to do. It can be a ritual that's done for X amount of days. I did that recently with this new moon, not just the day of, which I did last year, kind of dabbling with that, but like I really got into really working with the moon this year, and it really resonated with me because I used it as I did rituals at a specific time every day. So I would stop doing professional readings at this X hour and dedicate this amount of time to ritual and working with spirits and things like that. And I just started to see it as a way of getting rid of unwanted things, whether it's people that maybe, blocking yourself from negative people that were taking energies away from me. It was helping me to see, what are the things in my own life? What am I doing in my own personal life, behaviors that I don't like, or what goals do I have that are realistic, and which ones are actually, what actions are hindering me from receiving or doing or achieving the outcome that I want in certain situations. So it became a time more of reflections. And I did a lot of rituals, like a whole week full of rituals. And I have to say, it has been a very powerful, intense, and it has actually enhanced my practice. There's also mundane things that I did. So I didn't have any heavy communications with anybody, made any major decisions if I didn't have to during the new moon. And I also found things that resonated with me just to get through the day to day. And so I really, during the new moon, was really drawn to work with lapis lazuli, especially in this heart shape. It's a nice big piece. Lapis lazuli, just, it's such a psychically protective crystal. And sometimes when you're a psychic, people do like to psychically attack, or you feel drained, like psychic vampires, that's a real thing, or whatever the case may be, where somebody's trying to throw bad things at you. Like, this is just such a protective stone. And it just got me through, when sometimes I do suffer a lot in the new moon with communications and my throat chakra, so it was really good for that. And I also was drawn to, during this new moon cycle, I buy these by the bulk, so I have a lot of little pieces of this. I don't buy a lot of crystals, like big pieces, because I use crystals more for rituals and like workings and rituals, and I like to do grids on my body or create crystal grids with them. So big pieces not tend to be practical. Like, I may have a couple of big pieces in the altar here or there, but that's most of my collection is actually little pieces of crystals, whether it's raw or tumbled. So I do like my biggest pieces of labradorite will be this one, which I always have in my working altar. And I have used it for a focal point, also for crystal grids or just to be in my altar. But I was carrying these around in my mojo bags and things like that, and or even just on my person for meditation. I just have such a sensitivity to labradorite. It just raises up my vibration, and this just kept me very high vibration because the new moon tends to deplete my energy. So this kind of got me on the go. So I was really, 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 really drawn to work with that during the new moon cycle. And also, I always wear this when I do readings, but I was wearing this even outside of doing readings, just to get in that moon energy that it lacks in the new moon, because the moon is like, it's dark and it's really not out and it's so decreased, and things like that. So, and then also this, I was wearing this a lot, like getting that moon and sun energy. I like to wear this a lot in new moons because it's like learning to work with the sun. So I was working more with the sun, which is something that's hard for me because I am a moon child. I am a night person. Even in my mundane life, any jobs that I've ever had have always been at night. When I was working full time on the psychic hotlines, I was working nights. And now I've learned, as I'm doing the psychic hotline in my own business and that kind of stuff, to kind of work both days and nights. So I'm starting to embrace the sun, which has been really nice for my practice too, when it comes to coping with the new moon. And pulling my cards, which I do pull one tarot and one oracle card daily, has been really good for me. And also, which I'm going to plan to do a video on chakras to talk more elaborately on how I work with chakras. Working with pendulums. I don't use them for divination, but I do use them for distant healings and healings on myself. And I was working a lot with this one, the clear quartz, and just charging myself and doing healing rituals with the pendulum. And that has also resonated with me, and really holding on to this big chunk of crystal quartz, clear quartz, and has been really good during this new moon. So I've been very, very, a lot of hands-on crystal action going on. And my selenite wand, I had a lot of rituals with this. Just having this in ritual too, keeping up those vibrations that I lack when the new moon comes. So I just wanted to make that quick video. So that was my survivor's guide to the new moon. Also having candles burning nonstop, like in this altar that I have here, my working altar, which is right next to me. I had my selenite like burning nonstop. I did a lot of house cleansing. It was a good time. Like, I opened up all the windows, and I use more than just sage. Like, I do use sage, but that doesn't get used a lot in my practice. I also use other things. Like, I'm more of a Palo Santo person. I'm more of a Yerba Buena person. And other herbs. That I grew up using in Caribbean spirituality. So I use those to just really clean my house, and making like floor cleansers with herbs and things, doing that, doing a lot of herbal spiritual baths that I make myself, and just really using it to really cleanse away and get rid of all the spiritual gunk. out of my home, from my children, from the house itself. And I just used it to raise the vibration. So I used it as like a cleansing. And I have to say, it really resonated with me. I would love to hear you guys either comment below or make a video response and let me know if the new moon affects you in any kind of way. And how do you work with the energy of the new moon? I would love to hear from you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like and subscribe, and please comment below. Your comments and your interaction in this beautiful community motivate me to make more videos. And let me know if you guys want to see that video that I want to make on chakras, because I will make a video. It's probably going to be this week coming, because I'm going to start doing Spiritual Thursdays again and talking about spiritual topics. So one of them that I wanted to talk about was chakras and how I incorporate that into my practice and things like that. Because as you can see, chakras are important to me. I even have a chakra banner right next to me. So, all right. So much love, light, and blessings. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you would like a one-on-one reading with me, shamanicarawakpriestess.com, and you can book an appointment with me, and it will be set on both our convenience at a time that's convenient for both of us. And once it's booked, I will contact you. We will set up a time, and the reading will be done live. I don't do email readings, but the readings that I do are live. You don't have to turn on the camera, so I don't have to see your face, but I do live readings, and you are allowed to ask whatever you want during the time, depending on the package that you purchase. That's depending on the pricing, because I start with, like shorter, smaller packages, and then you can get more time and more time. Of course, you will pay more for that, but so yes, and it's pretty reasonable for the shortest package, and you get some good information in that time. So, but much love, light, and blessings. Thank you so much for watching this video, and until the next video, love you guys. Bye.